Welcome to the Horrorcraft podcast.
Hello, horror fans. It's me, Cass, and
Kylie.
you are in the 7th episode of Horrorcraft Reviews. And today we have a very special one for you. So we are going to be talking about Bloodborne, which is hitting Screambox on the 17th. It is a movie by Gabriel Bernini. If I said that wrong, Gabriel, please let me know. But this is a wild ride. This follows Josie, and she takes 5, or I think it's 5 because she's the 6th one. Camp counselor, some are her friends. You kind of don't get the sense because the shit really starts like right away.
Right away.
Like right away. But she takes them to her family cabin, and it just devolves into ways where Josie has to kind of confront some very gnarly parts of her past, her ancestors, and really just go straight to hell.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. So, this movie is incredible. I'm always going to talk positively about independent films, especially ones that try so hard. And I can tell without even knowing Gabriel that he is a massive horror fan. And because
Absolutely.
there were so many references in this movie, like it is very Evil Dead, 80s
Yes.
coded, like nostalgic home movie, like you walked, like it felt like I put a tape in the VCR expecting to like watch some kind of mundane movie, and all of a sudden just got like transported into this movie. So I really enjoyed it. So if you haven't seen it, this would be like the part right off the gate that you want to go watch it first. We're not going to spoil a ton of it because I want you guys to go watch it. But this movie, the gore in it, some of the practical effects, and just like the behind the scenes. Gabriel did send an actual behind the scenes, which I got to watch the behind the scenes, the making of. And this just seemed like it was a lot of fun to make.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah, and it's just so nostalgic. And
Yeah.
these are the kind of movies we should be making right now.
Mhm.
It's
It was
a throw.
just so, like, Grindhouse, Rob
Yes.
Zombie, Evil Dead, Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw
Mhm.
Massacre type vibes, and it was just very nostalgic. Like, did you see the ripped Jaws poster in the background? I was
Mhm.
like, "I see you. I see you."
Yeah, it's just some of the scenes, like some of the way that they did some of them, and like one in particular that got me was when the guy was coming out of the chest, and it reminded me of
Yes.
Evil Dead when when they opened the door, and the trap door, and her head sticking out. But there was just like, and every time I thought, okay, these poor people are getting away finally, they just were not. Like,
Nope.
with the ending, it just like, I was like, damn girl, you're gonna need to smoke a cigarette after this. Like,
Yep. Yep.
I
Yep.
know you didn't hardly do, like, you were just a very goody two shoes kind of person. But the people that are in this movie, I mean, shout out to the casting. Like,
Yeah.
each person was played perfectly. The main character, Josie, the actress that plays Josie, she's incredible. Uh,
Absolutely. I was very impressed.
oh, thoroughly impressed. Her name is Lena Redford, and she's incredible. I'd love to see her in more horror movies. She just
Absolutely.
very like OG final girl energy. Like that
Yes.
final girl that like wasn't prepared to get put in this shit, but kind of has to like dip deep and just confront it. And she really hit it head on. I absolutely loved it. I I'm a Euphoria watcher, so automatically when I saw Chloe
Same.
Cherry, I was like,
Yep.
"Oh, this is going to be good," because Chloe Cherry to me was probably one of the reasons that I watched Euphoria when I did, because I loved her. Like I love her just look, and like when
Same
people talk
here.
about it girl, I don't generally like prescribe by that, but she just seemed so cool and
Yeah.
just like refreshingly herself. And I really just dug that. And her in this movie, she's incredible. I would love to see people put her in more horror movies because I think she
Yeah.
could be just her and Lena both could just be major scream queens and could just dominate the horror scene for a while. Um, but it was just all around like I just felt like that kid back, getting a fresh VHS
Yep.
and like not knowing what I was getting myself into, but loving every minute of it. And I just thought it was very like it's not reinventing the wheel by any and but it does that so well where it pays homage to
Yeah.
like source material, like you know what I mean, like to the certain genre, but it also carves out a place for its own. Um
Exactly, I agree 100% because I think there are some movies that will almost try and be a carbon copy of other movies. I think this was done so well, and I mean, you said it best, like, Gabriel, who made this, he's a true horror fan, and
yeah,
I think he just truly, like, understood the assignment for 1, for 2, clearly we could tell, bro, like, Evil Dead's one of your favorites, which I love Evil Dead. Um, and I just think it was done in such a tasteful way, and it's just I don't know, a lot of stuff we've been watching lately, like, we've been seeing a lot of, like, practical effects being used,
yes.
and that just, like, gives me like, I just love that. I love that. We're fighting the power on, CGI, AI, which granted, there's certain things we can't do practical effects for, and there is some CGI stuff that doesn't look too bad. But it's just like the creativity and like you could tell like they had so much fun making this movie.
It just felt like a bunch of friends got together and said, "Hey, I have this
Let's
really
make a
great
movie.
idea. Let's make a
Yep.
movie. Let's
Let's make
pay
a movie.
homage to everything that we loved and let's just have fun with it." And that's really what they did. And I really love it. I love that it is coming to Screambox on the 17th. I think having access to certain films like this is important. And I love that intentional choice as well, to make sure that it's available because uh, I think it's so important because, like, for us growing up in rural Ohio, like in different parts, we didn't really have access to a lot of things. And I
Yeah.
think certain, streamers like Shutter and Screenbox, although they have caused, a variety of different like sub issues, the general consensus on why those and even services like Tubi are important because you have access to films like this. And I just find that just so
Yeah.
refreshing.
Well, I
And
think even like with Tubi, like when you go on Tubi, that's like walking into Blockbuster or Family
yeah,
Video. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Except a
Tubi,
more modern version
yeah,
of that now.
Tubi is what Netflix was trying to be. I said what I said. Um, but I really appreciate it. And I just I will be looking out, Gabriel, for any other films that you are doing in the future.
Yep.
Because I just, if you could do this with Bloodborne, I only can imagine where you're going from here. And it is incredible because this is his first feature film. He had a
That's
short before
pretty
this.
this pretty fire. I'm
Yeah,
just yeah, yeah.
yeah, the fact that you came out batting like this, your first attempt, like I will be the first person to say we have done a couple small reviews already on other films, and I will tell you, if you are sitting in 2026 right now and thinking that the independent film industry, especially for horror, is dead, it is not. I am telling you, there are so many films that are just not playing, and I really appreciate the way that we're just gassing through to this. So, what would you rate Bloodborne?
I'd give it. I'm gonna get. What are you gonna give it?
I started this and I thought I was going to give it a 6.5 out of 10, but I will tell you the last 10 minutes of it just I was like, these poor these poor teenagers, like college kids can't get the fuck out of here. Like I just I could not. So I would definitely say 7 out of 10.
That's what I
Great
was gonna say.
casting.
7 out of 10. Yeah.
Yeah, great casting, great intentional choices done in this film. There are times where it does people could argue that it lags a little bit with like dialogue and stuff like that, but I also think that's intentional because that's kind of a throwback.
I believe that is intentional. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it kind of subverts your expectations, and it's almost like in a Full Moon Pictures kind of trauma way where it like dulls everything down for a moment and then all of a sudden just like steps on the gas and just runs you over. And I really think like they landed the eagle in the end, because the last 10 minutes I was like, damn, if you can't get out in this car, like yeah, it just kept happening. So I really appreciated it. But please go and check it out on the 17th on Screambox. We will link everything in the description down below where you can find it. And thank you so much, Gabriel, and everyone behind Bloodborne for
Yes.
letting us have an advanced copy to see this, because we thoroughly enjoyed it. So until next time, it's me, Cass,
Kylie.
and this was Horrorcraft Reviews, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.